This was me just 5 weeks after coming to university here at McGill. The stereotypes of freshman 15 must be true because I gained 15 pounds in this short time period. I was the heaviest I'd ever been and felt horrible about myself. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the exact reason I gained all that weight, the process I used to lose fat and build muscle at the same time, and key lessons I learned along the way for me to look like this at the end of my first semester. Let's go. Alright guys, we are at the gym and my first tip for your workout portion of how I gained and lost 15 pounds is to focus on intensity over volume. What I mean by this is I only did 2 to 3 sets per exercise and I never fatigued myself because when you're in a calorie deficit, you don't have a lot of energy, and as a result, you don't want to be pushing yourself for 4 sets, 5 sets and getting marginal gains past that 2 to 3 set range. And so for today's workout, I'm gonna do one of my push days and we're just gonna be doing 2 to 3 sets each. Let's go. For example, this was the full workout that I did regularly that allowed me to build muscle. What you have to realize, guys, is that volume is not proportional to gains, unless you're on steroids, but that's another story. Before coming to McGill, I basically had never lifted regularly in my life and was a competitive swimmer. Trust me when I say this, if you're new to lifting, all you need to do is just go 3 to 4 times a week in the gym and you'll be unrecognizable by the end of your first year. Now let's talk about what some people hate the most about cutting, and that's cardio. Usually I like to get my cardio in first thing in the morning, seated before I get out of bed, but during this cut, I went on the treadmill and put it on 15 incline, 3 miles per hour every single day for 1 hour. And this did an important thing for me. It increased my daily total calorie intake without making me feel extra hungry, so I can eat more food and not gain extra weight or still lose weight at the same rate as I was before. Alright guys, we just finished up at the gym. Unfortunately, I have too much social anxiety to film in the gym next to people on the treadmill, so we're just gonna talk about it in the washroom like men, where all the big business deals get done. Today, really the goal is don't push yourself past what you really need, and that's for me was just 2 to 3 sets of every exercise. I feel good, got a good pump, so it's a sustainable way to go to the gym. Let's go to the dining hall now. Yeah. Trapped in the elevator with 2 of my boy best friends.
What do you mean by that?
We had to break down. We just increased our testosterone by 300 milligrams, bro. I don't know what the measurement is. Nano deciliters. Going into breakfast on a cut, I had to control myself from basically swallowing the entire buffet up like Kirby because I usually do enough of that in the bedroom. So guys, what I usually get during breakfast is just high protein, moderate fat meals that really keep me satiated. So what I have today is some eggs here, and I also have this high fiber bread just to keep me full for a long time. And of course guys, we can't forget about the goat of all foods. That's right, cottage cheese. Look at that. Doesn't that just look amazing? Anyways, after burning my mouth on a boiled egg and getting even more cottage cheese, I decided it was finally time to reveal my cottage cheese secret. My friends thought it'd be a good idea for me to keep a record of how many containers I ate, and look at this. I mean, I just can't even hold it. I mean, there's 3 right here. The one I just showed you, this is another one. I have 4 containers. I love this stuff because it just digests slowly, keeps you full for so long, and I honestly, hot take, I love the texture and the taste. Now, when most people think of a diet, they're picturing bland meals every single day, just eating cardboard, chicken, and rice, right? But I'm here to tell you that during my cut, I had multiple one-off meals or even days where I just drank and ate whatever I felt like, but I still made progress in the long term because I got back on plan the day after. What you guys have to realize is that change happens over a long period of time, and that one thing, one meal, one day, whatever it is, it's not going to affect you in the long term if you are consistent. So it's not the end of the world if you have one cheat meal or you have one day where you're slightly off plan. And for me, having balance, going out with meals with my friends is the most important part of socializing and also having a sustainable meal plan. I knew that I would stick back on plan and still was able to lose all that weight. Guys, we are at dim sum. Jaden just said
full is when you can't eat anymore. That's literally what full means.
Like when you're so stuffed you can't fit any more food into your mouth?
Yes.
Alright, so this is actually a very good point.
Statement.
This is a really good segue to what I want to say for the vlog, right? Because part of losing weight and my journey, right, to transitioning out of being a competitive swimmer where I used to eat like 4,000, 5,000 calories a day is knowing when you're actually full. And for me, that just means satisfied. For me, this was one of the hardest adjustments to make because I had to completely change my approach to how I viewed food and every time I stepped into the dining hall. For Simon, it's the complete opposite issue. He has to actually force himself to eat, so at least I don't have that problem, but it's hard either way. I'm not saying you have to track every single calorie or every single thing, but you have to focus on just stopping when you're satisfied, not completely stuffed like Jaden suggested. And that makes a bigger difference than you might think. Anyways, we're headed to dinner and we'll see you guys there. Alright guys, by this part of the video, you're probably wondering, how did I gain all that weight? Well, we are in one of the prime locations here in McGill called New Residence Hall. It's a dining hall. And for the first month at McGill, I literally went crazy every single day, going in, eating as much as possible, doing what this guy would call being full, which is just absolutely stuffing myself like a Thanksgiving turkey every single meal. In the line, I would literally grab a slice of pizza and have like 2 or 3 slices before I even get to the food where I get served. And so every single day I overate, and over a long time that compounded into having unhealthy choices and gaining a lot of weight. Here also there's a lot of pizza, desserts, they look super good, and it's just really hard to control yourself when you don't know when to stop. And also, I had this mindset that I needed to bulk. And so every single day I would just come in with the mentality, I'm gonna eat as much as possible, all this energy, surely it will go into muscle, right? No, that's wrong. If you eat as much as I did in a surplus of maybe 1,000, 1,200 every single day, you're surely going to gain a little bit of muscle, but a whole lot of fat. Alright guys, as you can see, it is Lunar New Year today. Hello! Simon, do you approve this Lunar New Year dinner? No. Guys, look, it looks very sad here, okay? So we have soy rice, soy noodles, and this orange chicken with dumpling.
I mean, it's alright, like...
Alright, now as we're wrapping this video up, thank you so much if you're still watching. And I just want to say the final lesson, the most important lesson that I learned from gaining and losing 15 pounds in my first semester was the simple allowance of myself to forgive and to move on. If I had looked at myself and been frustrated with the fact that I was a little bit more overweight now, and I was just so fixated on my past mistakes that I never chose to move forward, I could have never improved out of that hole. The best thing you can do is to have the humility to say, okay, I made a mistake, but also to have the conscientiousness and the willpower, the drive to say, okay, what's the best move from here that I can make to make myself into the best version of myself starting tomorrow. And for me, that was going on a cut and gaining a little bit of muscle and losing a whole lot of fat. So from this video, you guys can see that losing weight or gaining weight is really a long-term process that doesn't just happen spontaneously. It has a fixed long-term cause. And although it wasn't ideal to start off my university just like this, I'm really glad I did. I'm grateful for the experience because it allowed me to focus more on myself, to be more healthy, and I'll go to the gym almost every single day now because I absolutely love it. So looking back, I'm proud for forgiving myself and for allowing myself to move forward when it was needed. If you're still watching, comment cottage cheese, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.